Raticons. Well, I'm not quite sure where everyone's gone off to. That would be my fellow performers now. Come, introduce yourselves. Virginia, call me Bird. Samuel.
Hello, I'm Sam.
And Darby. Very nice, thank you. Look at this attractive and obviously perceptive crowd. This is the perfect place for us to hone our craft. Let's finish getting ready.
Let's. We're ready.
As I was saying, on behalf of Warden, the Wizarding Academy of Dramatic Arts, we present to you the Tales of Beedle the Bard. We are a group of classically trained performers and puppeteers, constantly looking to perfect our artistry.
Oh, we certainly don't do it for the money.
Absolutely not. We do not accept payment. This is about art. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wizarding world is filled with tales of courage,
Gallantry,
friendship, hope, and explosions. Art. Oh, I meant love. And some of the most famous of those tales come from a man who lived over 500 years ago.
His name was Beedle the Bard, and he had one of the most luxuriant beards.
Samuel, I hardly think that he cared about his beard.
His luxuriant beard. Truth be told, I would wager a Gringotts Hall stacked with galleons that there is not a child raised in the Wizarding world today who doesn't know about the tales of Beedle the Bard.
What about the warlock's hairy heart?
Wizard and the Hoppy Pot.
Vanity
And her cackling stump.
Are you both quite finished? I would like to continue before my patience runs out.
Did you look at that bird?
What's that, Sam?
That is Beckett's patience running out. Sorry.
Let's do what we came here to do. What's that? Right, theatre. Places. What story are we telling?
Got it.
What story? The Fountain of Fair Fortune. What? My fellow witches and wizards, everyone ready? We now present to you the Fountain of Fair Fortune. High on a hill, in an enchanted garden, enclosed by tall walls and protected by strong magic, flowed the Fountain of Fair Fortune. Once a year, hundreds of people travelled from all over the kingdom to wait outside the garden wall. There, at sunrise, a single unfortunate would be given the chance to fight their way to the fountain. By sunset, bathe in its waters and receive good luck and fair fortune forevermore. On the appointed day, 3 witches met on the outskirts of the crowd and told one another their sorrows as they waited for sunrise. The first, by name Asher, was sick of a malady no healer could cure. The second, by name Alfeda, had been robbed of her home, her gold and her wand by an evil sorcerer. The third, by name Amata, had been deserted in love and thought her heart would never mend. The 3 women agreed that should the chance befall them, they would unite and try to reach the fountain together. The sky was rent with the first ray of sun.
Creepers from the garden beyond snaked through the pressing mass. The creepers twisted themselves around the first witch, Asher. She grasped the wrist of the second witch, Alfeda, who seized tight on the robes of the third witch, Amata. And Amata became caught upon the armor of a dismal-looking knight. The creepers tugged the 3 witches through the wall, and the night after them.
Asher and Alfeda were angry with Amata, who had accidentally brought along the night. Only one can bathe in the fountain. It will be hard enough to decide which of us it will be without adding another. Now, Sir Luckless, as the night was known, observed that these were witches, and, having no magic, nor anything that distinguished them a magical man, he had no hope of beating the 3 river to the fountain. He therefore declared his intention of withdrawing outside the wall again.
Faint heart, draw your sword, knight, and help us reach our goal.
And so the three witches and the forlorn knight ventured forth into the enchanted garden where herbs, fruit, and flowers grew in abundance. Finally, they reached the foot of the hill on which the mountain stood. There, wrapped around the base of the hill, was a monstrous white worm, bloated and blind. At their approach, it turned a foul face upon them and uttered the following words.
Pay me the proof of your pain.
Try though they might to move past the worm. The worm would not let them pass, and Asher, despairing, began to weep.
The great worm placed his face upon hers and drank the tears from her cheek. Satisfied, the worm slithered aside and disappeared from view.
The three witches and the knight began to climb the hill. Halfway up the steep slope, however, they came across words cut into the ground before them.
Pay me the fruit of your labours.
Sir Luckless took out his only coin and placed it upon the grassy hillside. But it rolled away and was lost. The three witches and the knight continued to climb, but though they walked for hours more, they advanced not a step. The summit came no nearer, and still the inscription lay in the earth before them. All were discouraged, except for Althea, who walked faster and harder than any of them.
Courage, friends, and do not yield,
she cried, wiping the sweat from her brow. As the drops fell glittering onto the earth, the inscription blocking their path vanished, and they found they were able to move upward once more. With the removal of this second obstacle, they hurried toward the summit as fast as they could, until at last they glimpsed the fountain. Glittering like crystal in the bower of flowers and trees. Before they could reach it, however, they came to a stream that ran around the hilltop, barring their way. In the depths of the clear water lay a smooth stone bearing the words,
Pay me the treasure of your past.
Martha was the first to understand. Taking her wand, she drew from her mind all the memories of happy times she had spent with her vanished lover and dropped them into the rushing waters. The stream swept away, and the three witches and the knight were able to pass at last onto the summit of the hill. The fountain shimmered before them, set amidst herbs and flowers, rarer and more beautiful than any they had yet seen. The sky burned ruby, and it was time to decide which of them would bathe. Before they could make their decision, frail Asher fell to the ground. Exhausted by their struggle to the summit, she was close to death. Althea hastened to pick all those herbs she thought most helpful and poured the potion into Asher's mouth. At once, Asher recovered from her sickness and was able to stand.
I am cured. I have no need of the fountain. Let Althea bathe.
But Althea protested.
If I can cure this disease, I shall earn you all the plenty. Let Amata bathe.
Sir Luckless bowed and gestured Amata toward the fountain, but she shook her head. The stream had washed away all regret for her past lover.
But sir, you must bathe as a reward for all your chivalry. So the knight clanged forth in the last rays of the setting sun and bathed in the fountain of fair fortune. Astonished that he was chosen one of hundreds, and giddy with his incredible luck, as the sun fell below the horizon, Sir Luckless emerged from the waters with the glory of his triumph upon him, and flung himself in his rusted armor at the feet of Amata, who was the kindest and most beautiful woman he had ever beheld. Flushed with success, he begged for her hand and her heart, and Amata, no less delighted, realized that she had found a man worthy of them.
The three witches and the knight set off down the hill together,
And all four led long and happy lives, and none of them ever knew or suspected that the fountain's waters carried no enchantment.
at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this performance is filled with tales of courage,
Gallantry.
friendship, hope, and
Love!
bravo, Darby! And now I'd like to perform your brother. That was wonderful, Darby. But perhaps we should reserve your theatrical stylings for our next show. We must be off. Until next time, thank you, everyone.